Welcome, Pisces. Your in-depth weekly astrology overview and zodiac forecast for week commencing the 27th of April for the ascendant, the sun, or the moon. Going to share with you, first of all, the big themes of the week ahead. Then on screen, your event chart on Monday. Always provides an influential backdrop. I'll then go through each of the influences frame by frame to give you a clear picture of what you can expect by the end of the video in terms of your energy, work, relationships, and finances. I'm astrologer Patrick Arundel. A very warm welcome. If you've yet to subscribe to my channel, please do so now to help it to continue to thrive. But please also click or tap the bell notification symbol. So as we go into this new week, we have Uranus and Venus forging a really buzzy connection in the part of your scope to do with family life, perhaps to do with your home, maybe to do with creating some space. But also as we enter this week, the sun is in the part of your chart that's to do with quick communications. But in Taurus, communications that have some kind of tangible benefit. But there is a square with Pluto. It's separating as we come into the week. But I think something could have come up over the weekend, which certainly gave you food for thought that you're still processing. But what we have as the week goes on, Venus in that fourth house, which could give you an appetite for redecoration, forges a series of delicious links, initially to your modern aquatic ruler Neptune, then to the potent energies of Pluto, and then to the steady energies of Saturn. What does that mean for you? Venus can be about money, it can be about our taste, but it can be about relationships. And then on Friday, the 1st of May, the flower moon, the full moon in the deep, intense Scorpio. But that for you is going to potentially instigate some powerful conversations over the next 2 weeks. But Pluto is in a T square with the position of the sun and the moon, so it's going to have quite the impact. But by the end of the week, Mercury, the planet of communication, but also of precision, moves into an excellent location for you personally. So on the screen now, Pisces, is your event chart. As ever, we need to be mindful of the two luminaries. The moon is in your sector of relating. So one of the things you might want from this week is to try to keep things on an even keel, ensure that harmony persists. But the sun in that third house certainly is a great place to think and plan, and anything to do with a home-based business, a mode of transport, perhaps moving around a bit more physically actively. But it is in a square with Pluto. It's separating. But did something come up over the weekend? Did someone share an observation, a perspective, and it may have caused some tension? But what we have with this combination of Uranus in that fourth house, Uranus in the fourth house can make us want a bit more physical space. It could make us a bit more restless. It could put us in contact with people from our past in an unplanned way. It may give us a fantastic desire to dive into genealogy. Venus can be very flirtatious in Gemini, but in the fourth house, that's pointing towards maybe pottering around and doing creative things at home and, not having too many demands. And that Neptune Venus link is lovely if you do want to turn something you have, whether it's uh, using your hands or crafting, uh, using some raw materials, but recreating them in an imaginative way could be very satisfying. Also, if you are decorating, you may want to make it a bit more minimalist, make your home more functional, have less in it. It can create more physical and emotional space. But Venus then moves forwards and connects to Pluto. If there was some kind of tension that came up, a revelation, an observation over the weekend, which perhaps surprised or challenged you, Venus is linked to Pluto on Tuesday, gives you the chance to think or talk it through in a powerful way. But it may be that you'll need to try to understand how other people view you as much as how you view them. But then Venus moves forwards and links back to Saturn. If you wanted to remodel your home and consider renting a room out or perhaps selling your property, Venus is linked to Saturn can really see you making a plan in a very feasible way. But the full moon that occurs on Friday sees the moon up there in house 9, which is very much to do with freedom, isn't it? It's wants to be uh, uh, able to be a bit more flexing. But the third house is those everyday conversations and interactions that we have. But it's Pluto that feeds into them both in a T square. So I think over the following 2 weeks, as we go into May, there still may be more information that could be linked to a very tender subject. Possibly it's you who is going to raise something that's been on your mind for some while and share it, maybe within the family, maybe with a close friend. But if you are wanting to bring up and release something that is very deeply part of your past that was very painful, it could prove to be very therapeutic to do that. But by the end of the week, Mercury moves forwards and moves into that third house. And that's much more reflective of its rulership of Gemini, quick, fast, agile communication. But in Taurus, some thinking about things or talking about things that have some kind of tangible benefit. Now, Jupiter, your delicious traditional ruler, does continue in that fifth house through to the end of June. It can be very social, very nurturing in Cancer, but also lovely if you have got someone you're really drawn to at the moment. It is in a square with Mercury at the start of the week. Second, fifth house may even tempt you to have a little bit of a flutter if that's your thing. If you're thinking of perhaps being more risk taking around your assets, just know that Mercury square Jupiter can perhaps kid us into being a bit over optimistic, just making you aware of that. So I think the deeper psychological part of your situation is just going to grow and grow in importance through to 2044. It's always been part of you because you're the 12th zodiac sign. So you're the sign of emotional, spiritual, and psychological culmination. But it's just being turned up loud with the powerful, potent energies of Pluto, which could unearth some information or perspectives which could surprise you. If you are interested in personal development, counseling, life coaching, you either teach it or you are someone who offers those services, you could be on top form. Your financial situation has still got Saturn there for those next 2 years. So it really is a case of using Saturn's wisdom and experience not to do things too rashly. But I think if you do spend money this week, it wouldn't be a surprise if it was in beautifying your abode. I'm going to summarize those 4 areas next, Pisces, of energy, work, relationships, and finances. But just to say, I've slashed the price of my personal horoscope reports. You can get 3 for the price of 1. You get your life roadmap report, which helps us to understand our patterns, but get a more intimate understanding of them. And you get free your 12 months transit forecast, but also your draconic, uh, karmic analysis, which helps us to understand uh, astrology from a different kind of perspective. So 3 for the price of 1. Please see below for more. Why? I know people are feeling the pinch, but also I'm just feeling so invested in astrology and so enthusiastic about it. I really want to share the love. So if you've yet to watch your May monthly forecast, Pisces, that's on the screen. If you've yet to watch your year forecast for Uranus into Gemini, on the screen. Like to work with me one-to-one, pleasure. Please see the link below and check out my testimonials. If you've yet to sign up for that free daily written horoscope fired to your device each morning, please take advantage of that. It's great fun to just get a little bit of a celestial pit stop, and you can check out for your ascendant, your moon, whoever you're seeing, used to see, and make of it what you will. So, to summarize, as far as your finances are concerned, I think if you're doing things in your home that are creative and you can work from the comfort of your home or provide services in your local community. I don't feel that Saturn alone in the second house is going to inhibit you. I think Uranus is going to bring a lot of imagination to your world. Venus, the planet of money, being so close to him can be a good thing, particularly as she's linking back so productively to Neptune, to Pluto, old skills and experiences reconfigured, and also then to Saturn. The moon is in your sector of relating this week, and Jupiter in your sector of romance. I think they're both very helpful to you. But I have to say, if a relationship has become a little bit too mundane, this combination is asking for a change, and it may be a heart to heart in a very frank way. Uranus, emotion, the fourth house, but equally, that full moon and the square between Pluto and the Sun at the start of the week suggests that something could just come up. It may be in your memory, it could be a recollection you have, it may be a conversation with someone close to you, it may be an observation that someone makes on you, but it could be quite tender. But it may, if you embrace it, review it, and release it, be very good for you too. It's been a pleasure being with you, Pisces. Have a great week. Look forward to seeing you again soon.